YouTube streets. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa, 914, Westchester County, New York, coming to you with another live video. Shout out. It is what it is. I believe it's Friday morning. Yes, I do believe it's Friday morning, you guys. Thank God it's Friday for some of you, and the weekend is upon us. Thank God it's Friday for some of you, and the weekend is now upon us. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Want to shout out to all my subscribers, new and old. Shout out to my support team. Shout out to some of my YouTube creators. Yo, yo, yo. This is your homegirl, Arabia. I'm Barbosa, the BT1000, a.k.a. the Jeeper Creeper on this shit, a.k.a. Lucy the Vampire, a.k.a. the German Shepherd in the goddamn room. Yep. You see the title, Cyberbullying is Psychological Warfare. Cyberbullying is psychological warfare. And it's happening. Whether anybody wants to recognize it or not, I'm probably the only one that's speaking on these subjects. I'm probably the only woman in the sector that's going to talk about it. It's not time to yield the floor. It's time to reclaim your time. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. And I see what's going on. And the way people cyberbully you is psychological warfare. And they doing it to what? Destroy you from the inside out. What you hear with your ears sometimes can affect your well-being upstairs. Because I was just on a YouTube channel where they were doing the autopsies of certain celebrities. It's like celebrity gossip, but they are doing the autopsies. I forget the name of the channel. Because I'm just new to it. I'm new to that channel. I just subscribed to that channel. I'm moving farther and farther away from the stuff that's happening in the sector, but not too far away because I see what the fuck is going on. A lot of people ain't going to talk about the Kwamites. You know what I mean? I see what's going on. A lot of people not talking about it. Some people are talking about it. It is what it is. The Kwamites are at war with everyone. They're at war with everyone. Kwame Brown, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Ever since that clown came to these YouTube streets, ever since he came to this fucking sector, it's been nothing but motherfucking problems. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And that's reality. That's reality. I know some people are alive right now. I don't give a fuck. If you're not here, you can catch the replay. If you're not here, you can catch the replay. Because I know it's impossible to go to everyone's video as soon as they go live. I know it's impossible. Shout out to the chat. And a lot of the subjects I talk about, a lot of people are afraid to talk about it. Like they're afraid to talk about God. They're afraid to talk about the bad side of God. They're afraid to talk about that God is a jealous God. They're afraid to talk about the God that has a problem with women being women. He created woman, but he got a problem with woman. He got a problem with women. Because every apostle, every prophet, every messenger always target the women first. When they want people to follow them, even the cult members, politicians, they always go to the woman first before they go to the man, because they know if they can conquer over the woman, then they got the world. And if you can conquer over a woman, you are conquering the world, because the woman, the mother, is the hand that rocks the cradle. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the fucking world. Everyone knows this. Everyone fucking knows this. Every conquest that has happened on earth and in heaven, if there is a such thing called heaven, when we hear about the warfare between God and certain angels or other entities, they always mention that these fractions are male. You don't never hear of a woman angel. You don't never hear of a woman unless she's playing the part of a demon, unless she's playing the part as a witch. Who made these fucking rules? Who did it? I saw on Facebook, there is a woman who was recently arrested. What was her crime? What is she being accused of? Child abuse. A 7-month-old baby girl was killed, was murdered in her own home. A lot of people think psychological warfare is happening just on social media. No, it happens in your fucking home. It happens in your childhood. You can carry childhood trauma into your adult life. A lot of people are not going to talk about this. They're not. They're going to be silent. Their mouths are going to be closed. For some reason, there's something wrong with their lips, their tongue, their voice box. All of a sudden, their voice box shuts down. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, so I was just on this other YouTube channel way before I looked at what SoFly were doing, way before I went over there to Lonnie. I was looking at that channel. And the channel is dealing with celebrity gossip, but it's also dealing with the autopsy of certain celebrities, like Joan Rivers, Carol Carpenter. The Carol Carpenter autopsy story really had me shook. Really had me shook. And it is what it is. How the woman was taking on them laxatives, how that woman was purging every night for years, how she was taking certain medications that weakened the heart, that shrunk the heart. Because when you don't eat, when you starve your body and you're doing other things, the body will immediately start looking for food. It will look for food in the stomach. If it can't find food in the stomach, it will go to the muscles. If it can't find food in the muscles, it goes to your internal organs. Shout out to the chat. A lot of people don't talk about bulimia. A lot of people don't talk about anorexia. People are obsessed with the thought or the notion that they have to be thin, that they have to be small. I was small all my life. I was a skinny person all my life. As I got older, the weight, I would gain weight, then I would lose. I would gain weight, then I would lose. I did those exercises. After I got to a certain age, I said, fuck that shit. If I'm going to be fat, I'm going to be fucking fat. And I'm going to accept the fatness. Sure enough. But I'm not ashamed of it. And people will body shame you. If people want to attack you and you're a woman, that's the first thing they do. They do this thing called body shaming. They do this thing called body shaming. They did it to Oprah. They did it to Monique. And these women are celebrities. These women are in the arms of Hollywood. So was Carol Carpenter. So was Joan Rivers. So was the other young lady I'm thinking about. The autopsy video is fresh on my mind. The autopsy video is fresh on my goddamn mind. Shout out to the chat. And we see a lot of that going on these YouTube streets where there is a thing called body shaming. This is why a lot of people hide behind a fucking avatar. You see my avatar? That's what I look like. This avatar was created by one of my subscribers, a subscriber that has been with me from day one, before anyone in the sector knew who the fuck I was. I looked at the meal ticket list video yesterday, and I saw different categories. And one of the categories is, where are they? Where are they? And I looked at that. And sometimes people wonder where you are because you're not hitting links. You're not jumping on panels. Maybe like the way you used to. I don't need to jump on nobody link and sit on nobody panel for hours and hours for people to fucking know me. People already know me. I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. It's just that my content is changing. My content is changing face, but one thing will remain the same. I do not like the Kwamites. I hate them. I cannot stand Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown is a troll, a millionaire, pathetic, dweeb, creep, Makundu, loser. The man is a liar, a mentiroso. The man is an asshole. And I don't give a fuck what nobody else say. He's a problem in this fucking sector. Certain people want to hang around him, want to be in his presence, want to be in his company, not because he's so great. They want to sit around him and be around him and associate with him because they consider him a real live celebrity. He's part of the problem. People don't understand that. If you're black and you're any type of celebrity, you are a part of the black elite. You're part of the black boule. You're a part of all that. Those people, if this was slavery days, they would be considered the house slave. They would be considered the house slave. They're the house nigger. They're the ones that live in the house with the oppressor. They are the ones that collaborate with the enemy. They are. They're getting paid millions and millions of dollars. Look what's happening to P. Diddy. Look what's happening to P. Diddy. He did that bullshit that he was doing for years. It's just now come out. People been talking about him for years. People have been talking about P. Diddy for fucking years. Shout out to the chat. Let's see who this is. Tamika, good morning. Good morning, Tamika. Shout out to you. We got 3 in the building. We got 2 likes. Shout out to the chat. Good morning. Good morning. People are still talking about P. Diddy. But I'm going to explain something to everyone right now. Those that are in the music industry and in Hollywood, they have anything to do with celebrity, anything. I don't give a fuck if they play professional sports. These people are not like you and me. They will never be you and me. They may have came from humble beginnings, but a lot of them forget where the fuck they come from. And they become a part of the problem. They become the boule. They become the black elite. And the elite groups have been here for a long period of time. A long period of time. This is why certain revolutions failed. Because of the elite. Because of the boule. This is why Marcus Garvey failed. Because of the elite. Because of the boule. Because the government considered him an enemy, so they sent in people to infiltrate the Garvey movement, the Pan-African movement. Same thing what they did to the Nation of Islam. Same thing they did to the Black Panther Party. Everything. But let's talk about the cyberbullying, and let's talk about the psychological warfare. Because everything is connected with each other. Everything has a root cause. There's a cause and there's the effect. Shout out to the chat. I'm no expert. I can only tell you what I know from my experience, and other people have experiences too. Other people have experiences too. Maybe that's why certain people subscribe to this channel. Some people subscribe to this channel because they've been knowing me for years. They've been knowing me. Oh, I know Arabia. Let me go over there with Arabia. Let me chill out with Arabia. Let me rock out with Arabia. What is Arabia talking about? Because you really don't see me hitting links and sitting on panels all night. Those days are over. Those days have gone and come. And I enjoyed sitting on the panels. I enjoyed cursing people out. I enjoyed trolling. I enjoyed being the female villain in the sector. I enjoyed it. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. But cyberbullying is psychological warfare. Whether you know it or not, whether you realize it or not. And we see what's going on all over these YouTube streets. I just was looking at a video that Soulfly is conducting. And she's going over a video where people are body shaming her, attacking her. And it seems like to me, and I don't mean no harm, it's been going on for years. Soulfly has been putting up for it for years. She fights back. Yes, she does. Don't get me wrong. She's no punk. She does fight back. Look what they do in the Moonlight. Moonlight don't care. Moonlight will kick open her door in a minute and sit on a panel. But the thing that fucks with me is when she hits the link, she hits the panel, she's up there, she's expressing herself, and then the host puts her mic on mute. The host may have a problem with what she's saying. The host will decide to drop her for no fucking reason. That doesn't stop Moonlight. Moonlight kicked open the door once. She knows she could do it again. So that's what she does. She goes back up there. She fights. She scratches. She bites. She got the arms and the feet going. She doing kung fu on them. She kicking ass. And then their feelings get hurt. And what do? They repeat. Mute the mic, drop her off the panel. And trust me, the attacks don't stop there. They continue. They continue. They continue. Imagine 30 people coming for you all at once. They're all sitting on panels talking about you. They're all sitting on panels. They got your picture up. They're dissecting you. They're telling their people all kinds of lies about you. They're running a game of propaganda against you. They campaign against you. And it's all to break you down, to destroy you from the inside out. From the inside out. They want to work on your mind, destroying what kind of good feelings you might have about yourself, what kind of self-confidence you have about yourself. They will attack. That's what hungry savages do. That's what zombies do. If you remember the movie, The Queen of the Damned, that's what they did to the Queen of the Damned. She was rocking it out. She was ruling her kingdom. And the other vampires turned against her. They destroyed the Queen of the Damned. If you remember that death scene of that movie, Aaliyah played it so very well. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. Shout out to the chat. But yeah, that's the way people do. We got 4 in the building. We got 2 likes. We got 4 in the building. We got 2 likes. I remember what they did to brown-skinned lady. I remember different women in the sector going through what they went through. And all of them fought back. But there was a lot of cyberbullying that was in place, a lot of cyber harassment, and it's all psychological warfare. That's all it fucking is. To tear you down, to destroy you from the inside out. That is the goal. And I see the Quamites are back up to their old fucking tricks. Now you think when certain ones went silent for whatever reason they went silent for, shout out to the chat, we don't give a fuck. We hope those niggas shut the fuck up forever. Kufatu, Quamites. Kufatu. Kufatu means to just simply drop dead. Just get out of here. You're no good to anyone. And it's been the same thing for years and years. But I only remember it being a real issue and a real problem when Kwame Brown came to this fucking sector. And I don't give a fuck what nobody else say. That man does not give a fuck about the people that support him. He don't give a fuck about his subscribers. He don't give a fuck about his moderators. We have seen him turn against people that supported him the most in the past. He did it to Queen Regina. He did it to Sister T. He did it to Mr. Skinny. He did it to Armando Black. He did it to everybody. There's some that didn't learn their fucking lesson. Some of them did. So they went on. They got their own channels. Mr. Skinny Ben had his own channel. But he was just like, fuck that. I'm just going to chill over here by myself. And that's exactly what he's done. Sister T, same thing. Queen Regina, same thing. And when certain people left from out of Kwame Brown's presence, he found reasons to replace them with other people. And it just seemed like the pick of the litter that he's picking are becoming worse and worse and worse. Shout out to the chat. And that's my fucking opinion. The Kwamites must be vanquished. And there's no reason why they haven't been vanquished yet. In order to get rid of all the Kwamites, you got to go at the head. Who is the head? Kwame Brown. And people don't seem to realize this. People don't seem to understand this. They have no concept of what psychological war really is. And you have to remember, Kwame Brown is not your friend. He's part of the problem. He's part of the boule. He's part of the elite. The man does not recognize your pain. He doesn't know your struggles. He hasn't been poor in a long time. Shout out to the chat. He was in the NBA for what, 12 years? He was a failure at that. He was a failure as a father, a failure as a partner. Look at the man. The man looked dusty. The man looks like he doesn't fucking bathe. But everyone wants to be in his fucking presence. Why? This man is nothing special. He can't heal you. If you get sick with anything, a broken leg, anything, this man cannot heal you. If you have problems paying your mortgage or your rent, you cannot go to this man and get a fucking loan. He's not going to do it. Shout out to the chat. This man had $17 million stolen from him from Merrill Lynch. He hasn't gone after them. He hasn't said anything more about it. There may have been some court appearances. He may have lost the case, but he should have kept going. But he didn't. But he pursues all these everyday working Joe and Jane, you regular people. He feels superior to you, and you fall for the traps. It's nothing but a trick bag. Don't you see he's playing you? Don't you see he doesn't see you as a person? He sees you as a thing. He sees you as an object. You have no value to him. Doesn't anyone realize this about this man? Am I the only one that fucking sees it? Am I the voice in the wilderness whispering? Because I don't think I've been whispering. I think I've been talking about it for years. Tommy Sotomayor talked about it. Hassan Campbell talked about it. They both exposed Kwame Brown for who the fuck he really is. And people still don't seem to fucking get it. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, Wrath. Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Shout out to Tamika. Shout out to Wrath. They typed into the chat. We got 3 in the building. We got 2 likes. So it is what it is. I'm not going to be up here very long. I'm not going to be up here much longer. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to those that support this channel, that sit with me for a little while I do my ranting and raving. But I just had to talk about it. And the title of this video is Cyberbullying is Psychological Warfare. They're one and the same. They're one and the same. I'm talking about it, but a lot of people in this sector do not talk about it. This thing that's going on between Kwame Brown and Farmer Nancy is an example of cyberbullying. This celebrity person going after a woman, a regular Jane. And not only a regular Jane, she's a farmer, she's a veteran, a United States Navy veteran. Going after her, him and his goonies. They've already tried to destroy her with certain words, and she's fighting back. Just like Moonlight is fighting back. Just like Soulfly is fighting back. Just like Miss 504 had to fight. Just like Sister T, Queen Regina. It's a few others. Shout out to the chat. They all fought back. Brown Skin Lady, shout out to her. Fought back. I remember how people used to gang up on Brown Skin Lady on those panels. I remember. And Brown Skin endured it for over a year. Now you don't even hear nothing from Brown Skin Lady. Every now and then you might see her in a chat somewhere. Brown Skin Lady must have said to herself, fuck this shit. I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm not getting involved with that. But people still remember Brown Skin Lady. They still respect the name, Brown Skin Lady. When you hear that name, when I hear that name, I remember Brown Skin. Immediately, a picture of her face pops in my mind. Her voice, I can hear it now. The laughter, the jokes, the saying, the famous saying, the saying that she made famous. I know you fucking lying. Shout out to Brown Skin. Shout out. We got Moonlight on the front lines. And they just seem very unhappy with Moonlight right now. All these Kwamites are unhappy with her. They too try to body shame her. Try to make her feel bad. But Moonlight be fighting back. Moonlight be like, yo, and camera up. That's how, and a lot of those people that be attacking Moonlight hide behind avatars. You gotta remember, a lot of them are cowards. A lot of them are beta males. So they hide behind avatars and they try to attack a woman that cameras up. They try to attack a woman that feels secure in herself. Shout out to Moonlight. Bless up yourself, Moonlight. Bless up. Very strong woman. Soulfly, she's over there fighting right now. Soulfly been fighting for years. And what does she do? She fight back. She goes over there and roasts them. She hits the links. She's not afraid. But everyone that attacks SoFly, they refuse the camera up. They refuse to show who they are. They want to critique her. They want to body shame her. They want to say, she's, overweight. So what? So what? I haven't seen her dox anyone or try to destroy anyone. She just goes up and does her roasting, and people can't take it. Their feelings get hurt. So what do? They go out. They find ways to dox her. They find ways to cyberbully her. They find ways to harass her. They find ways to stalk her. Shout out to the chat. We seen that dude, The Answer. What a clown. What a piece of work. What nasty work. This man is nasty. He has no business on a platform nowhere. He has no business attacking anyone. Shout out to the chat. I watched them do it to Lonnie for years. Different people. Go after her. Body shame her. Try to make her feel bad. Shout out to Lonnie. I watched over the years. I watched and I listened and I watched and I listened more. And it seemed like when it becomes out of hand, I usually say something. But I can't say it by myself. Other people see the bullshit and they refuse to say anything. You know why? Because secretly, they want to sit with Kwame Brown. They'll do videos about Kwame Brown like Ears to the Street. He's one of them. He want to be back in the graces of Kwame Brown. Sure do. We got other people in the sector that are doing it. I see it. I see right through them. Shout out to the chat. I see the games they play. They think they smart. They think nobody sees their sins. I see you. I see your sins, and I'm going to call you out. Shout out to the chat. Because I think that's fucked up if people go around false flagging people. If you can't take criticism, if you can't be on the battlefield, stay off the battlefield. Get out of the way. Move out the way. Stop thinking you could talk about people and get away with the shit. You can't. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, Donna. Who that? Oh, Nikki Lee, good morning. Shout out to y'all. Good morning. It's Friday. Happy Friday to y'all. Thank God it's Friday. I hope everyone has an awesome weekend. I want to thank everyone for coming in. Shout out to the chat. We got 6 people in the building. We got 5 likes. We're doing real good on the likes. Cocotazo the like. Cocotazo the like. Cocotazo the like. Hit that like button. Shout out to the chat. But if I'm wrong, somebody needs to say, well, Ray, you wrong. Ray, you wrong. Maybe people can do that if I drop the link on when I do the StreamYards. So shout out to the chat. But yeah, I was just looking, and what really sparked it the most is when I discovered a video, another channel on the YouTubes where they're doing celebrity gossip, but it's not in a malicious way. They're doing the celebrity, I want to say celebrity gossip about autopsies. But the last story I was listening to, it broke my heart. Because that young girl, even though she was a well-known actress. She was one of the girls that played in on the Buffy Slayer show. It was one of those young women. She got the brown hair, the blue eyes, very pretty young lady, and she was going through something very serious, and she was silent about what she was going through, and it didn't end well with her. Same thing with Carol Carpenter. When I listened to the autopsy report of Carol Carpenter, I broke down. I mean, I heard rumors before, but that autopsy video broke it down. And I love Carol Carpenter. I love when she sang that song, Close to Me. Oh no, Close to You. You know that song? Remember that song by Carol Carpenter? Everybody remembers Carol Carpenter. Everybody talks about Amy Winehouse. Everybody talks about Janis Joplin. Everybody talks about Marilyn Monroe. Everybody talks about Judy Garland. But people rarely mention Carol Carpenter. Don't you know that is her autopsy file that they use in certain colleges when they are teaching in the medical profession, or those that are becoming social workers, psychologists, psychiatrists, because Carol Carpenter was going through something. And it was called body shaming. Back then, it wasn't called cyberbullying. It was called body shaming. And that's what a lot of our women go through, body shaming. People will shame you for the way you look. If you're too skinny, if you're too heavy, if you're too tall, if you're too short, if you're not pretty enough. Shout out to the chat. What kind of eyes you got? What kind of nose you got? What kind of lips you got? What kind of teeth are you rocking? What your hands look like? What your feet look like? Do you maintain your hair? What kind of clothes are you wearing today? People worrying about the wrong things, and they worrying about the wrong things because they got a lot of shit going on with them. But in order for them to feel good about themselves, they find it necessary to tear the next person down. And people be carrying that shit for years. They say nothing. I'm one of the very few in this sector. I'll talk about my childhood. I'll talk about my teenage years. I'll talk about when I was in my 20s, 30s, 40s. I talk about what's going on with me now. I don't hide anything. Why? Because I can't carry it around. I can't. And I'm not. The biggest killer is silence. The biggest killer of any community, of any person that has ever fallen, is silence. There's no need to be silent. Shout out to the chat. I'm reading the chat right now. I see some names in here. Oh, okay, Foxy. Good morning, Foxy. And someone else. Don't recognize the... Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Shout out to you. Thank you, everyone that's coming in. Yeah, but as I was saying, the biggest killer of anyone, men and women, is silence. Remember that young woman that was in the movie with Eminem a couple of years ago. The movie was called 8 Mile. That young woman that played the part as a young woman he was interested in. Remember her? How did she die? I listened to the autopsy video. Silence. She knew she was sick. She knew she had to go to the hospital. This woman died a death that she didn't have to die. And then not too long after that, her husband passed away as well. Shout out to the chat. Rest in peace. That's why I love Tupac. Because Tupac was like, yo, this is what's going on. That's what's going on. Yo, I just want the whole world to know that whoop-de-whoop and this could happen to me. And, just look for it. If I'm not here in a few more years, just know that I'm telling you, he wasn't silent. He opened his fucking mouth. He wasn't raised to be silent. His mother was a Black Panther. She didn't raise her son to be silent. She told him to speak up. And don't be afraid of anyone. And he followed her advice. Shout out to the chat. Look at Amy Winehouse. Another one. How did she die? Silence. She was having problems. She didn't talk to anybody. She didn't go to the hospital. She didn't reach out. She's dead. Look at Janis Joplin. Silence. Look at Shirley from What's Happening. How did she die? Silence. People didn't even know she had passed away until they started smelling. She was decomposing by the time they found her. Shout out to the chat. Silence is the biggest killer. And we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, talk about it until it loses its luster, until it loses its power, until it loses its hold. You got to talk about it. You can't be silent. We got people on this app right now quietly going through something, quietly. They're not telling anybody anything. Some people feel comfortable sitting in my bushes because they said, we know Arabia is going to speak about the pain. Maybe Arabia is our mouthpiece. Maybe. But I can't do it for you. You got to speak up for yourself. You got to talk. You got to let it out. Because I refuse to hold anything. That's why I got 3 DNRs, 3 do not returns. Because I opened my mouth about the treatment of me and my coworkers. The rest of them was scared to say anything. Why? They're men. Why are they so afraid? Speak up, or just gonna keep happening. Shout out to the chat. We got 9 in the building, 6 likes. Shout out to everyone. Good morning, good morning. If I haven't said good morning to you, I'm saying it now. Good morning. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, the biggest killer is silence. There's a doctor. He was doing a research experiment a couple of years ago. He was involved in psychology. And what he did, he went to all the mental institutions that he could go to all around America, North America. He went to some places in Europe. And the only thing he was doing, He was collecting artwork from these places. Not artwork that was on the walls, the artwork that the patients were doing. Shout out to the chat. And some of the artwork, if you could see some of the drawings, you would be amazed. Some of them were abstract. Some of them were in other genres of artistry, artwork, graphic design. Shout out to the chat. If you walk in your home right now, I want you to look in your bedroom. I want you to look at your comforter. I want you to look at your blanket. I want you to look at the prints on your sheets. I want you to go in your bathroom and look at your shower curtain. I want you to look at what kind of designs is on the shower curtain. You know, that is all called licensed artwork, which you're seeing. So art is all around you, every day, all day. It feeds. It feeds on whatever your eyes are looking at. It feeds on that. It feeds on it. The human voice and music is the only thing that can enter into the human body without permission. It's eternal. It's universal. Shout out to the chat. Doesn't matter which language I'm speaking, whether it be Swahili, Spanish, or English. The sound of my voice is traveling into your body, and it's there without your permission. Shout out to the chat. It's just certain things that enter into your psyche without your permission. And if you keep listening and hearing people tearing you down, destroying you, it works on you. And people stay silent about it. There's no need to be quiet. Now is the time to open your mouth. Now is the time to say something. Now is the time. If you can't find no other time, now. You strike now. When I ask the question, I may say it in Spanish. I may say, tengo una pregunta para ti. ¿Dónde está tu paraguas? I'm saying, I'm asking, I'm telling you, I have a question. Where's your umbrella? When some of you go into some of these chats, you got to protect your psyche. Where is your umbrella? ¿Dónde está tu paraguas? ¿Dónde está tu paraguas? If I want to ask, where's your gloves? I'll say, ¿Dónde está tu guantes? Paraguas is umbrella. Guantes is gloves. Lentes is glasses. El casco, that's the hat. And the list can go on, and I can speak to you in Spanish for the next 5 minutes. Would you be able to understand? You won't be able to understand those that don't speak Spanish, but my words, my voice is entering into your body, and you're learning the words because you keep hearing me say the words, or you keep seeing me tippity type the words in your chat. If I say the words Nini Kuzimu, you already know what that means. 6 o'clock in the morning. Shout out to the chat. If I say habari za asubuhi, karibu ni umbani, kiwango, you already know what that means because you hear me saying it over and over and over again. And a lot of you have been picking up those Swahili words. A lot of you have been picking up those Spanish words. And when you hear me say it, you automatically recognize. Like I did a song yesterday. I wrote down the word. Well, there's a certain app you can go on. Wrote down the words, had the music playing on it, and it came out. It was a mixture of Swahili and Spanish. The only thing that was in English was hit the Cash App. Don't play with me. Shout out to the chat. Good morning. Keep the change. Uncle L. Not worth it. Yeah. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's Friday morning. It is Friday morning. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So I want to thank everyone for coming in. This is your homegirl. 914, which is kind of New York. We coming to you with another live video, aka the BT1000, aka the Jeeper Creeper on this shit, aka Lucy the Vampire, aka the German Shepherd, and the goddamn room. Yeah, I'm getting ready to close out this video, everyone. I think I've been up here long enough. I want to wish everyone a happy Friday, and I hope everyone enjoys their weekend. Christmas will be in a few more days. Let's make the public service announcement. Christmas will be here in a few more days. Vince the Sniper, he will be going live in a few more days. Now, if he can hear the sound of my voice, he needs to repost it on his community wall so everyone will be aware of when Vince the Sniper will return. He shall return to these YouTube streets, and he gonna tamper these haters down. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Vince the Sniper. Shout out to Vince the Sniper. Yes. All right, we out of here, you guys. I want to thank everyone for coming in. Good morning. I know you have a busy day. Today is Friday. Today is some people's last day to work until the weekend. Oh, shout out to the chat. Yes. You're going to be busy today. Yes. On the move today. Yes. Shout out to the chat. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa, the BT1000. And let it be known to the meal ticket, at the meal ticket, the BT1000, the Terminator, is still here on the YouTube streets. I'm just not hitting links and sitting on panels all night like some people. I don't need to do that. I'm too old to do it. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here, you guys. It's been wonderful. It's always been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to have you with me. Come visit with me again. I appreciate you. I love you. Peace. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to these YouTube streets. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to my support team. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Shout out. Let's get out of here, y'all. We out. Peace.